everybody. My name is Kathleen Kuznicki. I am the chair of the Legislative and Economic Development Committee for the Pittsburgh North Regional Chamber. Today, as part of our Workforce Development Video Project, I am interviewing Marta Greca, founder of Media, the creative agency. So welcome, Marta.
Thanks for having me.
Okay. So can you just tell us a little bit about Media, the creative agency?
Sure. We love to help holistic wellness and beauty experts to totally let go of your online marketing, especially if it drives you nuts, you don't feel like you're doing it right, or maybe you've been doing it for a while and nobody really has time for it, and you don't feel like it's really making headway or getting any traction. We just want you to be able to focus on your God-given gifts to maybe heal others or beautify others. Let us do the heavy lifting when it comes to your marketing, so you could just show up when you want to or don't.
Yeah, I think a lot of business owners, they don't want to let go of things. And one of the things they should, have an expert doing is their marketing. You have such much a greater understanding than us business people working in the business world. So I think you're making a very great, important point. Okay, so, as we figured, COVID has really changed the world and employee practices have changed greatly. What new changes or programs have you implemented to retain your current employees?
Actually, something that we haven't discussed prior when you and I were chatting is something that comes up with what I just said. Oftentimes, especially when it comes to something like marketing, you might have team members that are excellent at other things. So you're like, oh, they might be great at these tasks that have to do with marketing because they're extremely intelligible. They get stuff done and they can figure stuff out. But then they completely fall on their face, and then you're feeling frustrated with them because they're not getting certain tasks done. And then they're feeling frustrated because they're being asked to do things that aren't in their zone of genius. So one of the things that I did start implementing was personality tests and DISC assessments for my team members to identify, okay, this guy, I know, let's say this team member is smart, he's got the proper education, he's talented in these facets. Why is it that when maybe this XYZ thing is expected of this individual, it's not computing, like it feels like things aren't fitting. And then you're able to, with those things, properly assess, oh, for example, this individual does not process verbal dictations or verbal instructions. This team member really excels if you write it down. Or, oh, this team member really excels if you tell them specific expectations in terms of, I'd like this by set date and in this way, right? So that was a big part of it. And then, of course, just continuing to support them in their freedom and being able to work when, how, and where they want.
Yeah, well, as you say, you want to play to your employees' strength and then give them flexibility to do the work that they need to do, because they'll still get it done for you, but they can do it in their own way, in their own time. Every person has their own unique qualities. So that's great to hear.
Some people are night owls, some people are early birds.
Yeah.
So somebody's super creative at night, but I'm in bed by 8 p.m. by all means. If anything, that gives our clients 24-hour care.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, well, I hear you there. I'm starting to get an earlier and earlier bedtime as time goes on myself here. Okay, so what new tactics and marketing are you using, or are you working with your clients to use to attract new talent?
The same social media strategies or email strategies that we would recommend to attract more of their ideal clients is exactly what we're recommending to our clients. We've gotten to the point where some of our clients are in such high demand that they have wait lists, they're booked out, but they have contracts with us, right? So it's like, what do we do now? Well, we can utilize that social media to now grow your team. And we've done so very successfully, attracting the perfect candidates from like across the country to come and move to the area to join the team, to be able to properly assess that growth in clientele. And so exactly, like you might put one job posting on Indeed or Glassdoor or LinkedIn and get 10,000 applications, and then you're inundated and none of them are qualified, and then you feel frustrated. But being super specific about that ideal team member, as much as you have, you do so much work for your ideal client avatar, the same amount of nurturing needs to occur for your ideal team member.
Yeah, you're right. And I think a lot of businesses, you're right, they don't focus on, they're so worried about generating revenue and bringing in the clients And then when it comes to just finding a team member, just like you said, throw out an ad and they will come magically. And you're right, they need to put as much time, effort, and I think as you said when we talked earlier, and money, and putting all that in, it's worth the investment to find somebody who's a good cultural fit for your business.
Right.
So besides the paycheck, then what else have you found that candidates are seeking from employers such as yourself?
You know, a lot of employees are entrepreneurs. More and more, especially during the pandemic, became entrepreneurs. They either started maybe their own direct marketing company, or their own small business, utilizing their gifts for a little bit of extra income for the family.
Mm-hmm.
My own team members themselves have small businesses, if not multiple small businesses. And for me to be able to be respectful of those passions, and not only respectful, but promoting them, and like maybe buying their products if that's something that they do, and just from a place of abundance and understanding that if they feel supported by you, then they're likely to give back. And that's not why you do it, but it certainly helps.
Yeah, I think before people thought, oh, moonlighting, that's a bad thing. You're cheating on your job. But now the side hustle is the big thing. Being out there and being a go-getter and really expanding yourself. So I think that's great that you're really to support your employees in those different endeavors. Okay, so our last question is, and you two talked about this a little bit, but we can get into more detail. What are some specific strategies you should utilize on social media to attract the culturally fit team members for your organization?
Well, just like you think about your ideal client, you think about what is your ideal team member's desires? What are some of the pain points that you could maybe hit home? For example, one of our clients, they have a very specialized position that they need to fill, and we're strategizing a campaign, and we ask questions like, okay, you've got these dream team members that have been with you for years. Give us some of those specific characteristics. Okay, what has happened with team members that you brought in that you thought maybe were a good match? You spent time nurturing them, educating them, training them, and then 6 months later it fell flat and they, left the company. Let's explore that, and let's be upfront about those things that they didn't like, and make it actually and formulate it as the advancement or the advantages of working with you. And you might in your job listing just list, we are looking for this candidate, and these are some of our preferred qualifications, and this is the education. But what about ensuring that you're highlighting the perks of working with your company and creating perks, bonuses, benefits? And if you don't have those, free time, we're a whole lot of fun to work with. And so we're always highlighting that in our own social media posts, and we'll post right in Facebook groups when we're growing our own team and attract team members that way. And then of course, creating one unified way that they can apply.
Okay. Well, so how can our membership reach out to you, your contact information, so they can learn more about what you can do to help them hire team members and again, attract their ideal clients as well?
Sure. You can follow us on Facebook, Media, The Creative Agency. That's where you're going to find, you can send us a message on there, or you're going to find our latest online magazine and our TV show, our podcast, where we're constantly giving you free resources on how you can attract more of your ideal clients or team members.
Okay, well, thank you very much. And I'd also like to thank the Pittsburgh North Regional Chamber for giving us this wonderful opportunity to educate our membership. Goodbye.
Hi.